Yo guys, welcome to this week's episode of This Week in BFW, and I'm actually going to be covering 2 weeks here because I didn't do one last week just to give people a chance to catch up on the Royal Rumble pick fed, which you can check out, link in bio. The thumbnail kind of gives away the whole winner, so yeah, Apollo Crews won my Royal Rumble. A lot of people liked this, a lot of people didn't. I just thought it would be cool and different. But yeah, I'll get into covering the Rumble first because that's all that happened last week. I'll just do it quickly here. We had a bunch of surprise entrants like The Miz, who returned, Buddy Murphy debuted, the Demon Finn Balor entered, I forgot a lot of other stuff. Ronda Rousey, Shawn Michaels debuted and took out Daniel Bryan, who was the favourite. Obviously, Daniel Bryan turned on Shawn Michaels last WrestleMania when he joined the Undisputed Era. But he returned now to get revenge. First time he's been seen since then. Ronda Rousey also made a debut, which I think a lot of people didn't expect. She took out Kurt Hawkins, then Drew McIntyre hit the number 30 spot. Got 5 eliminations, I believe, including a Claymore kick to Ronda. But yeah, the final 3 eventually came down to Drew, Kenny, Apollo. Apollo managed to defy the odds and win the Rumble match and achieve his dream of becoming a BFW champion for the first time, which he'll look to do at WrestleMania. So yeah, which champion will he choose? He can choose any champion, so it'll either be the world champion or the BFW champion on SmackDown, where he currently is. But yeah, the rest of the show, the Velveteen Dream retained his North American title against Samoa Joe. The Wyatt family with the Hardy Boys, the Wyatt Hardys, defeated Jericho to become the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Aleister Black defeated Andrade to retain his World Heavyweight Championship. The Revival beat Rollins and Ambrose, who had some tension. They weren't able to work together. Obviously, Dean wants revenge on Revival for shattering Roman's knee, and he's been forced to team with Seth, who never came out to rescue, but he has his alibi. So yeah, they kind of got an intense battle as Dean wanted to just win it himself, but Seth got hit with a shatter machine straight away after Dean looked to have it. Dean was dominating, and we had new Raw Tag Team Champions as the Revival won. And then Adam Cole defeated John Cena to retain the BFW Championships. Yeah, let me know what you enjoyed, and yeah, let's get into this week and all the stuff that happened. So yeah, the week kicked off with the Intercontinental Championship match, which was announced last week after, you guys remember the Christmas Battle Royal. Dolph Ziggler cheated to finally eliminate Kurt Angle to retain, so Kurt Angle got his Intercontinental Championship match here on BFW Raw, and yeah, Dolph Ziggler, Kurt Angle going at it for the title. Dolph Ziggler, the current champion. Bullet Club obviously unsuccessful in the Royal Rumble, so Dolph is having to defend it here. The Bullet Club also banned from ringside. Belly to belly on the ring post. Dolph now with a zigzag off the top rope, and then hits a super kick to Kurt to retain his title. But that was not where it ended, as he went for another zigzag on Kurt, adding insult to injury. He then went on to say the Bullet Club may not have been successful, but the Intercontinental Championship will remain the Bullet Club forever. And then was interrupted by Ronda Rousey, who obviously made her debut at the Royal Rumble, chased Dolph off and helped Kurt to his feet. So yeah, I wonder where this will lead to. We'll have to wait and find out. So up next, Paul Heyman and Cesaro came out. Paul Heyman addressed why Cesaro wasn't in the Royal Rumble match, and that was because he doesn't believe Cesaro needs to outlast 29 other men to prove how good he is, and it looked like he was about to give him a big title shot before Shane McMahon came out and said that he'd been chatting with the CEO of BFW and he wants his position back, and if he wants a title shot he has to fight for it. And then the chairman agreed that at the next SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view, which will be after the next Raw one, Cesaro will go one-on-one with the newest signee, which will come out in a second, and the winning superstar will become will get a title shot of their choosing at WrestleMania, and Paul Heyman or Shane McMahon, whichever superstar wins, will get their job back. And Keith Lee came out. But yeah, that is now confirmed. Keith Lee will take on Cesaro with those stakes on the line at the next SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view, which hasn't got a name yet, but I'm sure it will soon once I think of one. Up next, we had Buddy Murphy's first singles match in BFW. Obviously, he debuted in the Royal Rumble, had a big impact. He eliminated Cruiserweight Champion Ricochet, and he took Evan Bourne here at this live event. Evan Bourne there with a Hurricanrana, then with a spin kick right to the face, looking for the Meteora into a sit-out powerbomb by Murphy. Murphy's so fun to pose, same with Evan Bourne. Yeah, kick to the gut, kick to the face, kick to the toe, and then a knee strike to the side of the head. And then into the suplex, straight into the ground. Looking for Murphy's Law into a Canadian Destroyer. Now Evan Bourne looking for looked like a shooting star press into the cheeky Nando's. I don't really know what Murphy calls it. And then a Murphy's Law off the top rope onto the apron. That would kill. And then with the knee right to the face, Murphy picks up a big win on his singles debut. So yeah, let me know where you want to see Murphy go from here. Up next, we had Andrade come out basically just to say he came the closest to defeating Aleister Black. Tyler Bate then came out to say he should have the title opportunity as you took his Royal Rumble opportunity away from him. Obviously, Andrade did attack Tyler Bate at the Royal Rumble, taking his entrance spot. Aleister Black came out, Andrade went to talk, Black Mass, Tyler Bate, Black Mass, and Aleister Black shutting them both up. As Aleister Black was celebrating holding his title high that he retained successfully, Kenny Omega out of nowhere with the one-winged angel and the gun finger right to the face. So yeah, Kenny Omega making a statement against Aleister Black. Up next, we had a squash match between Bobby Lashley and Ty Dillinger. Spear right out the gate from Lashley, doing a very different attitude to his old confused thing. Then with the delayed suplex, with the hand pose to Ty Dillinger, and then finally falling back, planting Dillinger hard for the win. Lashley then cut a promo after the match saying he's had a time away and he's put his mind, he's focused his mind on what he came to BFW to do, to dominate. So let me know what you want to see from Bobby Lashley. And then the final thing I have to cover is the Keith Lee debut singles match against Kurt Hawkins, with a huge chest slap to Kurt Hawkins to start it off. Doing his acrobatic stuff, the big man, the slide under, the jump over, and then planting Hawkins. And then he bulldozed Hawkins right out the ring when flying. And then finally hit his finisher move onto Hawkins. Boom. Bask in his glory. Keith Lee with an easy win. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of This Week in BFW. We covered 2 weeks here. I tried not to build much this week. Turns out I did the complete opposite. I built a lot. So we had to cover a lot in here. I just couldn't help it. I just really wanted to build to the next show. Especially with all these new figures and everything. So that's really cool. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the Rumble and all these events that happened this week. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.